What's up, Saab fans around the world, and welcome back to another video. And today's video is not so fun, unfortunately. As you might have seen in the last video I posted, I really wanted to try out to do burnouts because this is like what the car is built for, and it really didn't turn out to be like a burnout, more than a launch, you could say. And the best one I got, I pushed the brake, but I didn't push it hard enough because I've watched videos on how to do this stuff, but I have never done it myself. So I've noticed that you should push the brake, of course, until the car is standing still, but you should not push it that hard so that the wheels lock up. Either way, this was like a bit of a try, and I was rushing in myself, like doing it. It was such an like adrenaline rush, and I think I managed quite good. But as some of you might have heard in that video, there was quite some rattling or knocking. And right now I know what the knocking was for. So let me turn around the camera. So here we could unfortunately see the result of the knocking. So this is crank bearing number 3, which always takes the beating when it's beaten on. So the car dropped the oil pressure and this started to knock. Or I think the root cause of this is, if you have followed the build, you would know that I changed, when I rebuilt the engine the last time, I didn't get oil pressure, so I upped the oil quality and I was running 5W30 and I didn't get as good oil pressure as I would have liked to, so I switched to 5W40. That didn't work really either, and I have touched everything upon this engine when it comes to oil pressure. And the last time I switched out the oil nozzles, I will show you them right here, the ones that sit inside of the cylinder that is squirting oil up. So this is the ones that I've changed. And since I had the engine inside of the car and the crank installed, it's impossible to get to the fourth one that's sitting right like beside the gearbox. So I switched out the 3 that I could, and I left the fourth one, and I poured in some new oil, and immediately I got a lot better oil pressure. But it wasn't perfect when the car was running hot, so I switched out once again. So the last time I was running this oil right here, Mobile 1 5W50, which is an out of spec oil for this car and for Saab engines. You should run 5W30 and it should be classified Dexos 2, just like it is from Saab. And of course you could bump it up to like 5W40 basically without any issues. And I really think that 5W50 would work as well. But I think the real root cause is that it actually drops the oil pressure, and I think that's because of the failing fourth squirter. And this is, I think this is the third time that I had rebuilt this engine. So I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of it. So I have used this block quite some time right now. I have blocked off the balance chain shafts, so they are removed, and I have some inserts that are knocked in to block off the oil feed to get higher oil pressure. And the last time I double checked them, I have triple checked them. I have checked them with an inspection camera. I have measured. There is a new oil pump. There is new oil O-rings on the oil feed. The oil pan has been rebuilt. There are new O-rings in the pickup to the oil pan. So the issue really not there, but it's inside of the block, and it's not really the block itself. It's the fourth squirter that is failing. So I will definitely check that out when I remove the engine. So that is the plan right now. Engine is coming out again, but before that is coming out, I've sourced a new block. So this is a T5 block. This oil that's down here is not from the engine, it's from this canister right here. So here we have a T5 block. This is a B234 as well. And you can see that this block has the balance shaft still in there. So what I will do this time around, without risking anything, because you could do this also, you might get a slightly lower oil pressure, but this is the safe way to do it. So I will let them sit inside of the block. So I will just remove like the tensioner and block off those things, but I will leave this in because now it's perfectly sealed. So the oil waste will take the regular route, and there will be no issues with them at all. And I will go over the squirters inside of this block. I will resurface the top. I will clean off the block, paint it up a little bit. But other than that, I will just double and triple check the oil squirters. Then I will transfer over the parts that I have on the other car. Not the other car. The parts that I have on this engine will be transferred over to this block. So this time around I will run a new block, and we will install the head that I already have right here, because that is not causing the oil problem. So the oil problem is something else, and I have tested everything. So right now I have a new crankshaft on order, I have new bearings on order, and I have also new seals on order. So by the time that the parts get here, the block should be painted up, resurfaced, everything should be prepped and ready, and then we can install the other parts. And hopefully, just hopefully, this time it will work. Of course, I'm a bit sad that it's not working right now. That is not so fun. But I have done this job so many times, and it's not impossible. It just takes some time and some effort. And it's not fun to be good at this either, because it's not so fun to do it over and over and over again. But I think that each time you do, if I should say something positive, it's that every time you do it, it gets better and a little bit better. And each time you also find something. And from the last time, when 5W40 and 5W30 oil didn't work for the oil pressure, I should have stopped right there. But I wanted the car to be running. And this time it was the longest time it had been running, and I have done several pulls. We have started to do the logging, started to do the fine-tuning of the car. It performs basically as we want, and it doesn't have like misfires. But yeah, new bearings, new crankshaft, another block, and we will just hope and pray that this time it will work, the car will run really smooth. Of course, I will check all the bearing clearances when I reinstall everything, make sure that it's 100%, and if the startup doesn't work with 5W30 or 5W40 oil, then I will stop right away so we don't waste any more bearings. Yeah, I think that's it for a little bit of an update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.